I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 144 of SZN Podcast. I'm your host, Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, my usual housekeeping message before we get into the episode, please make sure you head over to SZN Pod or SZN Podcast. That's our Instagram and our Twitter links, and that will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So if you like audio, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're on there. If you like the visuals, we got the YouTube channel uploading regularly as well. But Flowz, how you been, man?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. What you say?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Tired, but good as always. But yeah, we're here to talk boxing, Flowz. Let's crack straight into it. Flowz, I'm gonna start this off with a simple message. Yeah, it's very rare where we, as podcasters, as we are, boxing podcasts, boxing fanatics, get predictions wrong. But we have a rare case, Flowz, of going 0 for 3 every single fight that we predicted last week. We might get every single one wrong, Flowz, somehow. Very, very rare. We are human, Flowz. We're human. We're clearly human, because this is the first, right? I swear we've never gone 0% shooting from the field. I swear.
Sweet.
A hat trick of misses from us for the first time ever. So fair play, you know. Hey, the run was crazy, Flowz. Our prediction run was crazy. So the law of averages, you know, it balances out at some point. But yeah, we've somehow managed to go 0 for 3 this week in our predictions. Flowz, how's that happened?
To be fair, it's all seeable. Yeah, we got it wrong. Simple as. What we expected didn't play out how we expected it. I think we'll touch on one of those fights. We kind of predicted one should have a good chance of winning. We were going to bet on it, but yeah, the others, I didn't really see. But watching it.
Which one do you want to start with, Flowz? Do you want to start with the big upset, or do you want to start with something different?
Let's start with the big one. Okolie, Billam-Smith, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Cool. Boy, Flowz, Okolie's on a bad run right now, isn't it? We got to be honest. We like Okolie on this pod, but at the moment, boy, it's not looking too good. We both said that we expected him to dispatch Billam-Smith. Not easily, but he should be, coming through that test.
Yeah.
Only to go around and somehow get dropped 3 times and lose to Billam-Smith in his hometown of Bournemouth. Flowz, that was definitely an upset. I didn't see that one coming at all. The performance itself as well, Flowz. Yeah, it's not looking good for Okolie right now. This is 2 back-to-back stinkers on Sky. Yeah, man. Wow. How did this happen, do you think, Flowz, in terms of just his performance overall? Because he didn't. Did he see himself to you, Lawrence?
I think there's a few. I'll put it down to a few reasons. I think we can't understate the value of the sparring between Billam-Smith and Okolie. They've shared that ring so many times. Us watching as fans, casuals, everyone knows Okolie's style is a unique style. Well, not even unique, but it's a bad, awkward style to fight against. Not many people, like I call it, a villainous style. Not many boxers will encounter that style. To add his power, his build, his frame. Billam-Smith knows it all too well. Knows him inside and out. They've shared the ring so many times. So none of that's going to be a surprise to him. None of that's going to be like, I didn't expect it to be like this. He knows him full well. So I think that's a big factor in the upset as such, because he knows him well. Sugar Hill, the new trainer. Yeah, I think this is the second fight together?
Second fight together, yeah.
The first one was against David Light.
David Light, and that fight wasn't a good fight.
Wasn't a good fight.
Wasn't a horrible fight to watch. This one again, not a very good fight to watch. It's interesting, Flo, since the change of trainers for Okolie, it's almost like we've seen a regression. Because no, not in that. I mean, by that I mean in the sense that remember how under Shane McGuigan we were praising how he come on leaps and bounds in terms of he was fighting a bit more fan friendly. He wasn't doing his usual smothering his own work and grabbing and holding every time he landed something or he got landed on. But it's strange because he's changed to Sugar Hill Stewart, who is renowned for being a very offensive-minded coach. As we saw, he turned Tyson Fury's career around and made Fury a knockout artist and exciting to watch going forward. So you would have thought that would naturally be the progression that we'd see with Okolie. However, he seems to have gone back to his old style flaws of, he said it's very awkward, very difficult to deal with, villainous, but horrible to watch. Not pleasing on an eye at all. I don't understand why that's the case. Because Sugar Hill was meant to be offensive-minded, as we said.
Yeah, I think what Shane McGuigan was, he's done all the work Shane McGuigan's done because I'll be critical of Shane McGuigan in the past, and I want to congratulate him because obviously he's on Chris Billam-Smith's sides. Yeah. And while we talk about boxer development, character development, Shane McGuigan's coaching development
it's been great improved. To see.
Yeah. Started off as a young coach, now he's got years of experience. He's doing his thing. And what he was doing with Okolie was looking good, was working for us.
I was so surprised when he changed trainer because I thought he was onto something there with Shane. Okolie was starting to open up more. Fight out on the outside, but not be so quick to hold and to smother. He looked good.
And that's Okolie's issue. He doesn't step back. I mean, after an exchange, he doesn't step out.
Yeah.
His type is the clinch. So Laddie shot, clinch, hold, grapple.
Yeah.
But with Shane McGuigan, he was starting to step out. So boom, boom, step back.
Yeah.
And that's cleaner work. That's you not smothering your work. That's allowing for a friendlier fight. So at Sugar Hill, offensive minded. We've seen he likes people to boom, boom, step forward. Boom, boom,
yeah.
Keep coming forward. But what Okolie needs is to learn to step back.
Yeah.
And so I think the relationship with Sugar Hill Stewart isn't manifested into what we'd like to see so far.
Yeah.
2 fights in, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I also think Chris Billam-Smith might be Okolie's best opponent today. I was looking at his resume. Like he?
Because the guy he beat for the title wasn't anything like that. Wasn't good.
Yeah.
Was a Polish guy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Once again, the cruiserweight division is trash. So.
We can't run from it. It's not a good division. It's quite a horrible division in terms of competitiveness and talent. Because there's guys that really shouldn't be at world title level who are fighting for world titles. You know what I mean? So, who would have thought, bro? CBS world champion. Who would have thought? Were you impressed by CBS at all through that whole performance, Flowz?
I was.
Yeah.
I was in the early round. Well, I think he dropped Okolie in the 4th round with a great leaping left hook shot because Okolie was, got sloppy after a shot. Yeah. And once again, his defense is clinching. So anything outside of clinching, there was no defense from him. Got caught, dropped. But I think from what I was most impressed with, I'll be honest with Chris Billam-Smith, was his durability.
He took some because Okolie landed some bombs. Let's not. I mean, he always does. And don't forget, this is one of the reasons why we felt that Okolie would have the beating of him because Okolie's got crazy power, and Chris Billam-Smith we've seen him get rocked many times, and he got stopped by Riakporhe, who's another cruiserweight with crazy power. But
he got dropped. I don't think he got stopped. I think he went to points.
So, Riakporhe, but no, Riakporhe took him to points, but it was a couple fights that we've seen him get hurt before. Billam-Smith, get wobbled. So I'm there thinking, I'm not too sure this guy will be able to take Okolie's power, but massive prayer to him and his chin. Clearly, he wanted it as well because Okolie was landing something, especially later on when Okolie was kind of going for broke. Flowz, he was really, throwing the haymakers in. And Chris took it really, really well. So massive fair play to him. Maybe that's part of it, the fact that they know each other so well. That he's felt that power before and he knows he can take it. You know what I mean? So that could possibly play into it.
I think I agree with you. I think he's familiar with the power.
Yeah.
So he showed mad durability. He had a nasty cut in his eye by the end of the fight, which if there was an extra rounds, that fight would have had to be stopped, to be fair, because that was one of the nastiest cuts. It's kind of not been mentioned much, but one of the nastiest cuts.
Yeah.
But I think the problem, why it's hard to give CBS mad credit, is I think Okolie lost that fight himself.
Yeah. It was a real off night for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think him smothering his work because he was landing big shots.
Yeah.
And even at the 5th round, I thought Okolie might get him out of it still. He's just been dropped. I think he got a point deducted in the 5th. And I was thinking Okolie might still stop because he's landing big shots.
Yeah.
But he'd smother it with clinching. He won't step back and tie things up. And at that point, CBS for like 3-4 rounds wasn't even fighting. It was the ref versus Okolie. The ref was, because Okolie was serial clinching. The ref breaking up. The ref was grabbing Okolie's head and pushing it back like this. Holding his head, warning him for like from the 5th, basically to the end of the fight. It was just Okolie versus the ref.
Yeah.
Because CBS would just be standing there, shrugging his shoulders as Okolie
what can I do? Yeah.
He just looking at the ref. All he was doing was just looking at the ref. And then Okolie would step back, try land 1-2, clinch. So he was just blocking and eating shots, really. And then maybe exchanging in between.
Unfortunately, Flowz, Okolie's never going to be able to shake the hug attack.
No,
ever now. It's been so many fights now, and it's so frequent that even if he goes,
this was the worst.
I was going to say this is probably the worst, worse than Askin, worse than Chamberlain. Even if this guy was to now go on the run where he's offensively sick and exciting to watch and out fighting on the outside, etc., it's too late now. He's hated, Flowz. He's hated.
Yeah, badly.
And he's going to be so tough to market off the back of this. Sky have just signed him. He's one of the big money moves to Sky, to boxer.
The new agent.
And it's like, and he can't sell out fights. I think that's literally part of the reason why this head was held in Bournemouth, because Chris Billam-Smith will sell out his home crowd. Okolie won't. That's unfortunately the bottom line of it. That's the meat and bones of it, which is why they had to have it in Bournemouth. So the fans won't get behind him because of his style and because they deem him a hugger and a stinker, a ball fest to watch. And then so how are boxers going to market you as their next big thing with this, with these performances? It's tough, man. He's in a very tough space right now. I'll tell you what I was most surprised about, Flowz.
Yeah.
I didn't think Chris Billam-Smith would be able to drop him or hurt him like that.
Yeah.
So that first really surprised me. I was shocked that he went down. I think the other two were very contentious, Flowz. On another day, they could have been not scored knockdowns, if you ask me. It was more just, I guess, fatigue in Okolie. Fatigue off his own back because of his constant holding and clinching and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that first one was definitely legit, and that really did surprise me. Him being hurt him because and as I'm saying, we've never seen Okolie hurt. We've never ever seen him. Yeah. Never seen him wobble on anything, to be honest. So to see that was very, very surprising to me.
I don't think he recovered from that knockdown, honestly. I think it really took a lot out of him. I guess his defense was just too sloppy. With Okolie now, they have the rematch clause in place. So
yes. Do you think he should take that?
And I think he has no choice to. Yeah, there's nothing else. I think he should take it. If he wins, fight Riakporhe.
Yeah.
If he loses, I think there's not much. I think in terms of marketability, there's nothing, because cruiserweight division's trash. So
it's two things. It's two things. Not only is the cruiserweight division really, really bad, but he himself, because of his performances, has got no fan backing. So it's double homicide.
Yeah. I think I don't want to say Sky will have to drop him after the Chris Billam-Smith. I think he has to move up. I think he has to move up to the glory division, which is heavyweight. He has to, because who wants to see Okolie versus Guillaume Marion after this, or Jaya Patai? after Chris Billam-Smith and Reactor, there's not. If you're a big money signing, they need to make money, and he has to move up and fight a Dylan White, a Usyk, a Dubois.
Yeah,
that's what people will be interested in seeing. Not him.
Yeah, true.
No super cards anymore. None of these champions. No one knows.
Yeah, I definitely think he needs to take the rematch for sure. Get that belt back. The Reactor fight. There's interest there. Again, Reactor also has its critics from the fans. To be fair,
but people will watch it.
But I think people will tune in because it's now gotten to the point where, despite Reactor also not being, or his style not being the most well liked, people want to see Okolie seriously ironed out, I believe, which sounds really bad, but they because the dislike for him is now so strong. At its peak, because obviously you saw the Eddie Hearn tweet again about Eddie Hearn was right, all that kind of stuff. Its peak is very, very peak. But I think he does need to take that rematch with CBS and then go on to fight Reactor, because there was public interest before that. They had a Royal Rumble on road at some point, so they might as well, they might as well put that one to bed. You get me? And obviously, Okolie then sent a slide shot and the post-fight interview as well. Yeah, called him that prick and stuff. So there's still beef there stewing.
Yeah, I think those are the fights for him which could be main event. I don't think there's any other main event fights for him at cruiserweight. Vidal Riley's too early in his career.
Yeah, way too early.
So he has to move up. And
Badu Jack is 40. Like these ain't game.
No one wants to see.
I like Badu Jack, but no one wants to see Okolie versus Jack. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's an undercard. That's an undercard. That's a
Jake Paul undercard, legit.
Exactly. You might have to do that. That's an option for him. But yeah, I don't know. I think what do you think of his chances in the rematch?
I think he can beat Chris Billam-Smith. As you said, he was landing the heavier shots and the better shots. He just undid his own work with the smothering. The key to successful Okolie, as we said from day one, back when he was still super raw, he said once he learns how to fight with his body type, because it always seemed to me that Okolie fights for someone who's not used to his own body. Once he learned how to use his gifts in terms of his range and his massive size, that division should be food for him. It really should be. So that's all he has to go back to what he was doing on the Shane. Maybe obviously it's impossible for him to go back to Shane, but I don't know, pick another trainer from that gym and go back to what he was doing. He fights like he was fighting under Shane McGuigan. He wins that fight hands down. Probably stops him. I'll be so real. So it's definitely doable for him, winnable for him.
I don't think there was a fallout with Shane. I think it was just, what's it called? Timing differences or something. That's what he said.
Don't forget, he moved to Dubai. He up and left, decided to move to Dubai. Apparently, I think he might be doing up lifestyle and stuff like that, so there might be some distractions there, all that kind of stuff in it. So, but the Dubai move is the reason what broke them up in a sense, because Shane obviously couldn't be doing Dubai and whatnot. And so, that's why, because he decided to move.
Bad career advice.
Hearn said he's been advised very, very poorly. I saw that one, Obviously, Hearn can't wait to stick the knife in. Shane McGuigan couldn't wait to stick the knife in. Anyone that left me has flopped. Talk that ish, Shane. Talk that ish.
Yeah, talk to. But horrible fight to watch. I'll be so real. Horrible fight to watch. Shout out to CBS. Done his thing.
World champion, mad.
Yeah. Applause. Happy for him. I can't say he overly impressed me or he overly done what he needed to win. Yeah. Okolie just done it to himself with that stinker. I'll be real, a stinker.
Hey man, we've got to be honest in this pod. Hopefully Okolie can, in a rematch, he can redeem himself. He needs to. He's got no choice, to be honest, because imagine he now goes 3 for 3 on stinkers on Boxer after they've just signed him as one of their main new guys. So he needs to really have a good performance and get his belts back so they can make this Reactor fight and move on from there. But damn, that was a very, very big upset. Shocking loss. Didn't think that would happen.
One smoke out, you had it a draw. Funny to me.
Yeah. We can't forget that, Judge.
Crazy. But anyway, right back with the decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to the fight where we to be fair, it was hard for me to pick a winner on this one, and I was really, really close to saying Lee Wood. I was close to saying that, but in the end, I thought to myself, you know what? Lara has seen that he can hurt this guy and stop him before. So that puts you in a different mindset in terms of, look, I just know that I've got to land that big bomb. But I did say that Wood, this is a very, very winnable fight for him. He's just got a box for 12 rounds and not get sloppy. And it's safe to say, Flowz, that Wood did exactly that. He took our advice. He was clearly listening to the Strap Season pod. And it was, to be honest, Flowz, it was easy from what I could see. An easy dub for you. Dub for him against a very, very dangerous opponent in Maurizio Lara. Flowz, how impressed were you with Lee Wood's performance on Saturday?
Yeah, he went back to the drawing boards, done what he needed to. It was patient performance. Didn't overcommit. I liked what he was doing with the fade upstairs jab to the body, I think that was disrupting Lara from. To be fair, Lara was poor, to be honest, but Lara was the same.
It was the same Lara.
He missed weight,
guy.
so I already knew that there was no motivation.
Yeah, so just a bit of context, listeners. Lara actually failed to make weight on the scales, so he got stripped. So even if he and there was a lot of talk saying that the fight shouldn't go ahead because I think he had a 4 or 5 pound of weight advantage. But the fight went ahead, and obviously, if Lara won, he still wouldn't be eligible to get the belt. But if Wood won, the belt is vacant; he can grab that. So, yeah, Lara didn't miss weight.
But Lee Wood, I think early on I was concerned for Lee Wood because I think the first shot Lara threw was a left hook, and it's wiggled Lee Wood's jaw. So I was like, oh man, and I think the second round. Was it the second round where Woods dropped him? So Lara hurts him early on, I think.
Yeah.
And then Lara fell down because he was off balance.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Matt, Woods, you're in trouble here. Even though he's boxing well, but I was just like, But then I think he dropped Lara. Woods drops Lara towards the end of the second round. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
We know Woods can bang. That's nothing new.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen him, and he was banging hard last time. In pause.
Hey yo.
But yeah. So dropping him in the second, I was like, okay. But once again, he didn't get greedy, which was the most impressive thing for me.
That's what we said.
He stayed patient. Yeah. He stayed patient, kept his distance, stepped back. Okolie, done his work, stepped out, didn't just stand there.
Got out of danger. So, kept moving.
Look, moved. Yeah, lovely.
Even though we picked Lara to win, this isn't a surprising result for us because Wood nearly did it in the first fight. As you said, the blueprint was there. Just had to follow that blueprint for the full 12 as opposed to switching off and maybe getting drawn into a fight. Because Lara, he was, again, I was laughing last time. It was even funnier this time. Just standing there trying to land one big shot, just loading up that one big shot each time. It's an easy style to, if you're able to be good on your feet with good movement and good outside IQ, you can really negate that style. You've just got to be switched on for the full 12. So I'm happy Lee was able to do that because if imagine Lara did all that good work and then it's come round 10 or something, Lara lands one bomb and that's it, fight done. You're pissed off. But the right man won. It was a damn near shutout on all the score. I think it was a shutout on all the judges' scorecards. I swear. I know one judge gave Wood all the rounds.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, I think one of the judges.
I think so. I think there was a few. I think 2 rounds went to Lara. I could give anyway. Maybe 3 if I'm being generous. 3, but it was a clear shout out, man.
It was a clear shout out, and there was a superior boxer won. Hey man, Lara, you've given us some joys over the last couple fights. But I guess his run's finally come to an end, and Wood rightfully claims his place as a champion again in that division. Lee Wood isn't bad. He's a good fighter. I wasn't so big on him before, but I definitely respect him a lot more. Especially, Lara is no easy feat, as we know. Just ask Josh Warrington. So deserved the win for him, and I'm sure he's over the moon and managed to get that belt back. and maybe he can go on to unifications and whatnot now. In quite a decent division for sure. Would you like to see Maurizio Lara again, though, Flowz?
Well, we're about to discuss a fight, and I'd like to see him against the winner of that fight, actually.
Okay.
Yes. Even a loser.
Lovely segue, Flowz, because I think this is the fight. Okay, no, to be fair, we're very sure about Okolie winning, even though that didn't happen. But this Michael Conlan versus Luis Alberto Lopez fight, I think we were both pretty sure that Michael Conlan, being the superior fighter, superior boxer, was going to take this. And Flowz, to be honest, up until when it was over, I think it ended in the 5th round. Was it the 5th round? I believe it was. It was actually a good fight, competitive, and once again, Flowz, I would say that for me, Conlan was up. I thought he was boxing well. He was landing big shots, getting out of the pocket, boxing well, boxing and moving. At times, he was fighting in the pocket with Lopez and then fighting on the outside. But, bro, Flowz, it's Lopez, brother. I can't lie. I wasn't so impressed with him against Warrington. I didn't think he offered that much. But is it me, Flowz, or has this guy improved? Or did he look better to you on Saturday than he did against Warrington? Because he was Flowz, he was moving like a monster in there. A monster.
You know what? Last time, Warrington made the fight so ugly that it was difficult to appreciate the fight. I still think Lopez is. I don't want to say trash because he's pulled off two upsets now. I don't.
Well, that man in there is definitely not trash. I can say that. Yeah, he's not trash.
I was critical of his technique. It's not that he's trash because he's throwing shots from. I even mentioned it last year. So unorthodox. He's throwing shots from here like this. He's throwing shots like this.
But Flowz, it's mad effective when they land, brother.
He's got power. We knew that from the Warrington fight.
He can crack. Yeah.
He's got power.
Yeah.
But the school of boxing he's comes from, I quit. That's what I said last night. I don't know what school of boxing he's come from because the angle he's throwing shots from, he's out of range. This guy threw a lariat.
That's a flipping lariat. He threw
a lariat.
Lariat.
And it landed. He threw it. I was like a jumping, leaping. I think it might have been a right hook actually. Left hook, jumping leap, left hook.
The shot technique is unorthodox, but the torque he gets behind it is crazy, Flowz. Especially that uppercut. That uppercut is nasty, real nasty.
Look, I can't critique him anymore because it's like you say, it's effective. It's working.
Yeah.
You've beaten an Olympian.
Yeah.
So who am I to critique your technique? If it works, and look, there was things I was liking from him. He referred to as a street fighter, and I can see it because he knows how to put them paws together. Like honestly, his combinations, his shot selection, even though it's unorthodox, it's crazy.
It looked good. It looks sick. Yeah.
The shot selections, like he'll go to the body, he'll go upstairs.
Yeah.
He's looking at his opponent. He's finding gaps in the defense.
When they were fighting close quarters in the pocket, he looked deadly as hell. He looked nasty. I'm there thinking, oh, Conlan, get the hell out of there, bro. Don't trade with this guy because he looks nasty. But again, it's another classic case, Flowz, of the boxer being worn down and broken down by, as you said, the street fighter, the brawler, because that's exactly what happened. He wore Conlan down, and you say again how Conlan got worn down again against Lee Wood. It's happened again to me, I guess, Flowz, where the less skilled guy, but the guy with a bit more power, bit more of an engine, has just managed to just win that war of attrition with Michael Conlan. Because like I said, to me, I thought in spots Conlan was boxing really, really well and looked good value for something. But boy, when Lopez started getting to him with each round, Flowz. As the rounds progressed, he was getting to him more and more. And you're both seeing them crack and land huge shots. But it's clear to see that Lopez's shots carry a lot more weight behind them. That they're way more meaty, pause. So, and when he cracked him proper, Flowz, Adam Booth didn't even wait. Obviously, he's gotten to him in the 5th round, caught him with a nasty, I think it was a hook, wasn't it, Flowz?
Uppercut.
So it was the uppercut, yeah. because Conlan sort of dipped a bit low. He's cracked him.
I think it was hard to tell. Once again, Alpha was an uppercut. It could have easily been like a hook uppercut.
Hook uppercut, yeah. But Conlan's flat on his back, out, basically. Adam Booth didn't even wait. Tyler went in like a flash. And that was it, man. This is a devastating loss, to be honest, Flowz, because don't forget, this was in Belfast. Michael Conlan's hometown. This was his second opportunity at a world title. And he's lost again by KO. Is Michael Conlan, Flowz, question for you. Have we given him too much props in his career? Because obviously twice now, like I said, 2 world title fights. He's failed twice, got knocked out in both of them now. Is he cracked out to be what we cracked him out to be, or not?
I think he had the wrong game plan this fight. I think he should have done what Wood was doing. I think he was staying in the pocket way too long.
Yeah.
I think I don't think he rated Lopez's skill, and he thought I'm the better boxer, so I can piece him up. Yeah. I'm going to be aggressive. He was too aggressive for my liking.
Yeah, he was very aggressive.
Staying there trading too long and trying to back Lopez up at points. And I was like, well, you best stay on that back.
Yeah.
So I think one game plan. I think on another day with the right game plan, he wins.
Yeah.
I think on another day against Wood,
he's winning that fight up. He was until he got stopped. He was up. He was up in that fight. So yeah,
he faded late on. So yeah, I just think he can be gotten to, and that's not a knock on his skill.
And that's a blueprint.
Yeah, you can get to him, and I had him up in that against Lara first 2 rounds. Lopez. Yeah. First 2 rounds was him. Then from the 3rd round on, he got hurt, and it was a wrap from then. He was just, and he was still. He's got high. He still tries to stay there. He still tries to fight.
Yeah,
but you can stop him once you get to him. And
to
be fair, Wood and Lopez punches, maybe just avoid punches.
But that's not always going to be the case for us. Do you think he'll be world champion one day, Michael Conlan? Subject to matchmaking.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think that division is too stacked at the minute. Who's there? Featherweight, right?
Yes.
Well, Lara became champion. No one thought Wood would become champion.
Yeah, true.
Lopez is a champion.
Never thought Lopez would become champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray Vargas, Roberto Ramirez. Yeah.
Warrington still. Look, it's possible.
It's possible.
We've seen Groves do it after the 3rd attempt. Was it the 3rd or 4th attempt for Groves?
Third attempt, yeah.
Yeah. Who else took a while to get? It's doable.
Yeah, Frank Bruno got there eventually. Yeah, no, it's doable. Yeah. I guess it's just crushing, don't it? When it's like this one hometown, and you get stopped even earlier than against Wood. Even Wood was tough to take because again he was up. He lost in the 12th round, in like the last minute of the 12th round. So yeah, man, these are tough defeats to bounce back from. But I hope he sticks at it. I hope he's not deterred and he hopes he can come back. Yeah, but yeah, I guess for now, learn how to fight against punches. Stay in the pocket. Don't get sloppy. Try not to fade. And that will serve you in good stead, I suppose. But congrats to Luis Alberto Lopez. It was a really good knockout, to be fair. Highlight real knockout still. So I can't hate on him.
I'd love to see Lopez versus Lara.
Yeah, that would be a slobber knockout.
That would be so funny. But yeah, shout out to Lopez because that style, it might even be worse than Rolly Romero's.
I can't lie, Flowz. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more.
Like throwing punches from his arms, winging them,
I want to see more.
But he really puts them together and he's got power, so I can't even hate anymore.
For sure, man. I watched that fight thinking, but you know what? I was probably harsh on this dude. He's actually fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right, Flowz, we can wrap that one up there. Just to round off, there was a big announcement that happened over the past week, and it's worth mentioning because even though we've discussed this fight many times, this is actually worth mentioning because not only did both parties tweet and confirm it, but the networks have also confirmed it as well. Flowz, it seems that we finally have a date for Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. The fight that I've been wanting for the longest of times is apparently going to go down on July 29th this year. Same sentiments as always, Flowz. I wouldn't believe it until I see them walking through on the night. But because obviously you've had a lot of rumors and stuff and fake announcements and stuff, this probably seems the most concrete so far. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I waited because we know Crawford's sister is always active on Twitter.
Yeah,
and I think she tweeted maybe like the day before, "Let's go" or something, or "It's on" or something.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, that's as good as confirmation as I need.
Yeah.
Because every time there's been an announcement before, she's the first one to say, "You got to talk."
Yeah. She's a sick mouth. Hey, she gets onto people as well. She rides for her brother, boy. Really does ride for her brother.
She's active. So every time there's rumors or something, she's my first port of call to see what she's saying on it.
For real.
Because she's active. And I think Terence Crawford even tweeted like an image with him like fishing or shark hunting or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then she tweeted, and I was like, yeah, that's the confirmation I need. Then I think the day after, that's when we see Crawford's message.
Yeah.
We see the poster. Yeah. And I was like, 5 years since that running.
Yeah.
With any setback. Legendary running.
Yeah. Legendary video. Finally, it's here.
So I'm excited.
We're going to have a wonderful look, Flowz, again, let's not get too excited. But when the time comes, July 29th, we're gonna have a wonderful breakdown of this one. I can tell. It's gonna be legendary. This is the fight that we've all been waiting for. I think boxing heads have all been waiting for. This fight is so divisive, Flowz. As in the opinions split between the two fighters, crazy.
It's the biggest 50-50 in boxing, I think, right now.
Yes.
As in the most 50-50 split. You don't know who's gonna win, but you do, and I'll say my opinion when it gets down to it.
The world knows my opinion. It hasn't changed for 5 years, but hey, I'm ready to get it in with people who think the other side of the street's gonna win. I know who I'm gonna call up, get on this pod to talk about this one. But yeah, no, that's gonna be legendary. But yeah, hopefully it's legit, and we'll bring you more updates on that. But July 29th, tentatively pen it in, Crawford versus Spence for the undisputed welterweight championship. Well, Flowz, let's wrap that up there then. Another good episode. This will be an episode 144 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, keep tuned in, keep supporting. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.